Bradley Cooper taught me an important lesson about vulnerability shortly before I began dating my wife of 11 years, Kristen Bell, with whom I share kids Lincoln and Delta.
Shepard got a lesson from Bradley Cooper's Silver Linings Playbook.
The Armchair Expert podcast host shared that the A Star is Born director offered me some invaluable dating advice shortly before I started dating my wife of 11 years, Kristen Bell.
At the time, Dax asked Bradley, who he met through mutual friend Will Arnett in 2006, what to do about a tumultuous relationship he was in with someone who often made him feel insecure about her having, well, a lot more status and money than him.
I got a lesson from Bradley Cooper's Silver Linings Playbook.
The Armchair Expert podcast host shared that the A Star's Born director offered him some invaluable dating advice shortly before he started dating his wife of 11 years, Kristen Bell.
At the time, I asked Bradley, who I met through mutual friend Will Arnett in 2006, what to do about a tumultuous relationship I was in with someone who often made me feel insecure about her having a lot more status and money than me.
I would tell him this whole fight, and he would say, wow, if she had said that to me, I'd feel really less than, and I'd be insecure about this.
And I was like, wow, that's exactly how I feel. You can't tell a woman that.
But Bradley disagreed, urging his pal to test out being honest with his former flame since he had nothing to lose.
Look, you're clearly breaking up with this gal. Why don't you practice on her?
He would say, like, go tell her, when you said this, I felt this way.
Dax wound up giving the idea a shot and was surprised by the positive outcome.
The reaction was, first of all, shock. Like, there's a man saying he feels really insecure and little and less than and insignificant.
Ultimately, that romance didn't stand the test of time, but Bradley's experiment certainly did.
In fact, my lesson on how to lead with vulnerability helped me a lot when I first started dating Kristen, with whom I now share daughters Lincoln, 11, and Delta, 9. And even now, I encourage others struggling to open up to practice sharing their most vulnerable emotions in doomed relationships. This is a freebie. They're out of there. So give it a shot. Who is this sparkly creature? I recalled thinking when I met Kristen at a friend's birthday dinner in 2007. After running into each other again 2 weeks later at a hockey game, we decided to accept fate and start opposites attract. The old saying rings true for us, who both had doubts to go along with the butterflies early on.
Dax's Playboy past didn't go unnoticed by this good girl who told Good Housekeeping where the Paula Abdul video Opposites Attract personified.
The engagement.
The two got engaged in late 2009 while co-starring in When in Rome together.
They weren't immune to the romance of the Italian city, and just like in their movie, the couple fell under a real-life love spell.
Snuggling sweethearts. In an interview about her relationship with Dax in 2010, Kristen shared, "A snuggle party can fix anything. It's true."
The wedding. The couple got married in a simple ceremony at a Beverly Hills courthouse in 2013 after announcing their plans to wed on Twitter earlier in the year. Their choice to forego an extravagant wedding made their love story even more romantic to fans.
Next comes the baby carriage. Belle gave birth to our first child, a girl we named Lincoln, in March 2013. Fiercely protective of her daughter's privacy, Kristen quipped, "I would really like to see the aftermath of the first person who tries to take a picture of Lincoln."
Parents of two.
In December 2014, the couple had their second daughter, Delta, the plot twist. In an interview with Good Housekeeping in May 2015, I shared that Dax and I attend couples counseling when we need to work through an issue, saying, "Therapy is not something to be embarrassed about." Instagram official. Kristen Bell finally joined Instagram in 2016 and inaugurated her account with a close-up of her and her husband sharing a kiss.
Happily ever after. The two looked just as in love as ever at the premiere of my new movie Chips in March 2017. Happy 4th! We celebrated the 2017 4th of July holiday in style. Keepin' It Real. The pair continues to prove that they're just like any other couple. We openly share that we go to marriage counseling and sometimes fight. However, what remains constant is our respect for each other.
I shared my marriage advice on Instagram writing, "Loving someone despite their faults, failings, or character defects is the most powerful, loving thing you can do. Rejoice in what makes the other person happy and allow them their individual interests."
Humor is key. A couple that isn't afraid to be silly together is a couple that stays together.
We often share hilarious shots on social media, including when we dressed up for a Peaky Blinders-themed birthday party. Of course, we killed it.